And now we know what to get the GM for his birthday. Alright, hey Internet! Welcome. My name is... let me not get into the thing. My name is Todd, and this is SideQuestsLive. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, and all the podcast places. Shout out to California. Thanks for dropping by for the recent... I always like to shout out to people who are listening. Well, people in California, thanks for tuning in. Anyway, the rest of you are also very welcome to be here. I'm going to throw over to Brendan and stop talking. We're going to play a homebrew game called... What's it called again?
Rediscovered World, man.
Rediscovered World. I should know. Oh. Damn it.
All right.
All right. I'll hit that in a minute. Right. Hey, Brendan, welcome back, and thanks for running the game.
Oh, you're welcome. So we have Jackie with us, and Jackie hasn't been in since, the prelude. So, hey, Jackie, how's it going? Oh, Jackie's on mute.
We're off to a grand start.
Flawless. Hello, I'm doing all right.
Take two.
I sound even better now that I'm no longer muted.
Okay, awesome. And we also have Jay, who hasn't joined us on this campaign yet. Jay, how's it going?
Hello, everyone. It's been a very, very long time since we have rolled dice together, and I am also in quite a state of mind right now, as you all know. I'm full of love right now. Let's just say.
Woohoo! Best way to play.
Okay. All right, so why don't...
shoulder surgery, chemical love.
Okay. So why don't I ask Jackie and Jay to introduce your characters a little bit. Right now, the party is about to embark on a very dangerous mission to try and retrieve an idol from a troll encampment. So, Jackie, you know your character, the Fell, has come to this place, which is a small hamlet called Aventail. You've been hanging out in Aventail. I don't really know what you've been doing, but you've been hanging out. And while you've been hanging out, suddenly goblins, like a legion of goblins, have laid siege to this little hamlet. And so you've taken note of this. And why don't you tell us about your character?
Alrighty. The Fell is a seraph thaumaturge who looks kind of like a clockwork saint statue. They have a glowing gold halo behind sort of an impassive metal face, and they're wearing big, loose, rough spun robes. And there's always faintly glowing wings, just kind of back there, which is not a feature that people often see on clockworks. And it's unclear whether anyone else in the party is aware that they're a seraph.
Yeah,
because that's pretty weird.
You're messing with the classes and the races, and you just keep bashing things together. That's okay. The fun thing about seraphs is that you have a destiny. You are destined to destroy one thing, and you don't yet know what it is. But you will do massive damage to that thing. And so you're basically on a quest.
Yes.
You don't know it anyway. And Jay, how are you joining us today?
Well, I don't know where I'm coming from story-wise, but anyway, he's a big Highland Minotaur. He's got the long hair and the horns and stuff, and he's just Scott Cow, and he's actually really friendly, and people really like him. People like to be around him, and I have a shitty Scottish accent right now, but we'll be working on that as we go through.
Excellent.
We're chopping it as we go along.
He's chewing his cud at the same time. It doesn't come out the same.
So anyway, as you would imagine, he's got it's like Rob Roy, if you've ever seen Rob Roy with Liam Neeson. He's got the kilt, the blanket over his shoulder, strapped to his back is claymore. He has a bandolier of throwing axes going along his you know, like along that shoulder part of the kilt there that I don't know the names of that I could have
Sash.
researched ahead of time. Yes, Devin, you may fill me in on.
The sash.
Anyway, Scott Cow, he's coming down the Highland Mountain.
Okay, so just try to work in opportunities for the PCs to use the word arse, and then we'll be good. Okay, look, there's a donkey over there. Oh, okay. That sounds great. The very easy way to weave all the characters into this endeavor is that right now, this little hamlet with its not super defensible, not impregnable stone walls is being attacked by goblins who have these little catapults that are just hurling boulders and stuff, and Amara, the captain of the knights in Aventail, is going to stay behind, and we'll say because Bo, who is La Habrea, is not able to join us tonight, we'll say that he has been picked to stay and help defend, and
keep an eye on the evil serpent that's infecting the Countess's ear.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so Jackie and Jay, to bring you up to speed, there's an evil prophecy. If the Tree of Wands is cut down, the Tree of Wands is a beautiful tree that grows in the courtyard of the keep. If it's ever cut down, the prophecy says that Kava, who is an evil primordial, will rise up and destroy the kingdom. So you've been trying to convince the Contessa not to cut down the tree, but the Contessa is very tempted to cut down the tree because supposedly all the branches will be wands, and maybe that's the best way to end the siege. And you happen to know, because of your wizard friend Kemet, has told you that well, he's told you a lot of things, but he's told you that there is a demonic presence in Aventail that is trying to persuade the Contessa to cut down the Tree of Wands. And you
really?
Yeah, you haven't yet.
What kind of demonic presence?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. So the four of you. I looked at myself there and I counted up. The four of you are going to. No, I'm not going to PC this one. The four of you are going to head off towards Watergo, which is a troll encampment under a massive destroyed stone bridge. And you're going to try to retrieve the idol of Kava. And then you have a very important decision to make if you do capture the idol. If you do, you can either bring it back to the castle, you can destroy it, or you can bring it back to Kemet, the wizard. And I'll let you guys figure that out if you manage to get the idol. It's a big if. So why don't we get started? Do you guys want to do any shopping in Aventail before you leave?
Do you mind if I just get everybody's character name and sort of...
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Good
In fact, you guys can also pick turn order as well if you want.
I am playing John. He is a human fighter brawler.
I am playing the Fell. They are Seraph Thaumaturge, who look like a clockwork. A Thaumaturge is a healer, essentially.
Yeah. Todd.
I am playing Elroy, a Tanuki, which is basically a raccoon, like a humanoid raccoon, rocket. But I'm an alchemist and a gunslinger. So, like Rocket.
Everything you touch explodes.
Yeah. Whether I want to or not.
Do you guys want to decide turn order now, or do you want to see what awaits you?
Wait.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys, because I'm the new guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like having like the order that I have, it makes sense. Like I've got me, then Jay, then Todd, then Jackie.
Well, subtlety is not my thing.
Nor me.
None of you are that subtle. Let's
What do you mean? Me and my bag full of explosives?
I feel like...
So you have an interesting decision to make. Do you want to leave the hamlet under cover of darkness at night, or do you want to go during the day?
How long will it take to get there?
It will take probably half a day's travel. So call it 6 hours.
Now the
I
goblins
think we should
and stuff-
leave at night so that we are less likely to be spotted by the goblins we are trying to sneak past.
But don't
Thought.
goblins do well at night?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, if we're doing something, the goblins are probably less active during the day.
Is there a
Sorry.
way out of? Well, is there a way out of the city that, isn't like through the front door?
Yeah, it doesn't lead you straight into the mouth of the goblin.
Yeah,
region.
because I
Yes.
feel like I would prefer to go that way.
Can we use the sewer way again?
Yes,
That was
there's
terrifying, and we almost died.
Well, we use the swimming one.
Yes, so there are these flooded.
Wait, I'm gonna roll luck and see if I swim. If it's even, yes. If it's odd, I don't.
You just float on your back and hold a rock.
I don't like water all that much. I mean,
That's otters, not raccoons.
Same.
Okay.
that's
racist.
racist.
What about traveling 6 hours before dawn so we get there during the day, and then we have a wee look around during the day, see what's going on?
Donkey. Sorry.
I'm a raccoon. Stop calling me donkey. I'm a Tanuki.
That was
kind of short, so he's just slightly taller than most people, which kind of adds to his feeling of people can kind of be around him a little bit more.
Okay.
Brendan. That was a perfect setup for an arse, and I am very sad that no one took you up on it.
Yeah, I know. I tried. Okay. So what time are you leaving? You're leaving at night?
Morning.
Okay,
Morning.
let's leave in the morning.
Okay.
We'll have a nice breakfast and head out.
And so first
And if
thing
you-
in the morning, you are going to right after breakfast, not second breakfast, first breakfast. So everybody give me a
That's
stealth
know
roll.
about second breakfast.
A stealth, is that
Stealth
dex?
that's a D6 plus either Dex or Int, whichever is lower.
Ooh,
Oof.
I am made of metal, theoretically speaking.
Rolled a 1, so I can only assume I dropped the bottle.
That is as good as I can do, and it's a 7.
I did as bad as I can do with a 2.
My hoofs are pretty quiet. I got a 4.
Oh man. Okay, so
All right,
All right,
everybody,
guys, let's
time
get
to
out of
begin
here.
the
Remember to be
stealth mission.
quiet.
okay, so you head down into the tunnels. This time you avoid the massive fungosaur that is in that one grotto filled with mushrooms and decay, and you travel through the waterway that the Myrmidon night carter showed you, and so you swim up to the other
Those
side.
were down there.
What?
You didn't tell me those things were down there. Where we went, I wasn't there with you last time.
Yeah, we just walked past them. Don't worry about it.
You did, and you avoided the smell and
Just
and
don't
the
turn left
hallucinating
there.
spores. Okay,
I like the
and you come
hallucinating spores.
so you come out on the other side. You're dripping wet, and you're trying to sneak past the goblins who are just sort of waking up, or I suppose some of them might be just falling asleep. They're goblins, and you're terribly unstealthy. You're just clanking. I'm assuming that Scott Cow is probably just going to shake himself because he's got
Oh, yeah.
fur and
Massive
water.
hair, just like when he comes out, he's all wet. He's like,
Ew, wet cow smell.
and
man, I smell great. I take care of that stuff. I smell
And-
great. Well, you
and
like
John Normalman
it's a stereotype.
says
It's a stereotype.
so. You make a lot of noise, and some goblin sling swifts see you. These are the ones with the little slings, and they see you emerge from this little cave near the Umber River, and they start hucking using their slings. They start hucking like sharp rocks and sharp like bolts and pins and needles, and they just start throwing stuff with their slings at you. So each one of you is going to take d12 damage as you sort of run to get away from this situation.
What these little fucking bastards, yeah.
Yeah, there's enough of them that you don't really want to charge in, because then more of them are going to start like waking up.
Oh, what a time to roll a 12.
Yep.
We each have to roll our own damage.
Maybe the fell is just slightly magnetic, and so it's the halo plus being metal, so it's just like ping, 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 like little things just like hitting.
There's a lot of iron in these rocks. Okay.
John must have been standing next to the fell because he took slightly less damage with a 10.
We roll our own damage.
Yeah, just roll your own damage.
A d12.
Yep.
Yeah. Normally I'll roll the damage against you, but in this case, this is just what you get for not being that stealthy.
I was very stealthy. I rolled a 7. Come on.
No, the party. Like, there were some members of the party.
Yes, the bell curve did you in. It wasn't me, it was the bell curve.
Rude.
I
stuffed so much cotton into my joints for this. All of you came out here wearing a cowbell.
Just goes with the rest of my outfit.
I took 6 points of damage because I had and the needles weren't really getting through.
Oh, sorry. What am I rolling?
D12.
Boo. 5.
Okay. So you continue
off to a rough start
on your quest. It's not difficult to find. You sort of follow the valleys between these very tall hills around Avondale, and you head between those hills following a small stream that leads to the Umber River, and before long you start coming across the river itself, and it's starting to widen, and it widens out to a point, and then for some reason at like the widest point in the river, you've been walking for hours, the widest point in the river where it's very shallow, there is a crumbling part of a bridge, and it looks as if just this huge stone carved bridge was once there, but it must have cracked down the middle and broken into several pieces, because a lot of these pieces are lying on their side. They've been worn away by the rush of water, and so it's actually created a almost like a half arc that extends into the air and provides shelter for a fairly large, maybe like a football field sized area is covered, and the water here is very shallow. Like, it's a reasonable place for a crossing. You can stand in it and you can hear it running, but it's really only about ankle deep. And so you can walk through the water. And in fact, as you approach this place that the trolls call Watergo, you have really no choice but to sort of walk through the water. And it's not that great, you're kind of, your ankle keeps twisting to one side. I mean, it's, there are rocks, right? There are sort of these big round pebbles that are of various colors, those pinks and blues and grays, and you're walking through them. But for a troll, this would actually be an ideal place to live. There's going to be a lot of dead things that will wash down in the river. They have extremely wide feet, so it's going to be easy to walk around in this, and they have water. And of course, trolls have an affinity for living under bridges. And indeed, as you continue on your path, you start to see signs of trolls. In the water, there are the things that trolls will spit out because they can't be eaten. So belt buckles, lots of little buttons, other little odds and sods of metal and indigestible things. Although
these are spit out, correct?
Good question. Roll your int.
I feel like John's made enough trolls in this day to know that these are definitely. Yeah, I got a 9. John knows these are not spit out. These are they with the whole track, and
So, and you notice something else, which is that the water is running thick with little bone fragments, and sometimes you see bones just sticking out of the water, like a rib that's just propped between some rocks. Some of them even seem to have a little bit of flesh still on them. So these things are pretty fresh. There are crows that are coming in from some of the forested areas and, cawing and singing the way crows do, helping themselves. And as you get closer and closer to the bridge, as you near it and it sort of expands into your view, you see there are trolls that are sitting around, and many of them have either stakes, just big sticks that have been pushed into the river rocks, and they are roasting things. They've dug holes right next to the side of the river, and they're using these holes to boil food in mud, which is a classic troll cuisine type of thing. And everywhere there are goblin carcasses. These trolls have been feasting on goblins. This has just been just a glut of goblins have come to these trolls, and the trolls are doing something which none of you have ever seen trolls do this before, which is just to sit there pretty peacefully, not come towards you. This is a troll village after a big Thanksgiving dinner. They have eaten so many goblins. They're picking their teeth with goblin bones.
Well, it's all the tryptophan in the bloodstream of the goblins.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, cautiously, you continue moving on past groups of trolls that are sitting around these mud pits, sometimes using their hands to scoop whatever they can out of the bottom, even though this is like boiling mud, because they light fires, and then they heat up the rocks, and then they roll the rocks into the mud puddles so that the really hot rocks will cause the water to boil. And they've been doing this for a while, and they're scooping around trying to find any more bits of goblin they can, and they're lounging, and some of them see you. Do you want to talk to any of these trolls, or do you want to just keep on going towards what you saw from that scrying crystal or scope crystal, which was a number of very grayish, white-looking trolls?
Nothing to see here.
Do we know anything about troll culture? Like, can we would they be offended that we just walked into their town, or is it I don't think they give as much shit about us as they do about anything walking into their town? We have to be polite, or can we just lounge around
and would they not just immediately eat us if we just?
They're probably going to do that anyway.
So anybody can roll int to recall information about trolls, but I'm going to let John Normalman do it with advantage, because you have that fighter ability to know things about foes.
So that's an 8.
Okay, that's high enough. So trolls don't even really have much of a concept of society. So there's no leader here. There's no chieftain. These trolls are all doing whatever that individual troll wants to do. So a troll will try to eat another troll. Troll will try to eat you if it's hungry. They're pretty unpredictable that way. They're not going to be offended by you being in a certain place. They don't recognize borders. They don't recognize laws or anything. They're just they can speak. They don't have a system of writing. They can speak, but
it sounds like the premise for the Beatles song Imagine.
There's a couple of long-haired hippie trolls over in the corner. But two of them get along really well and are managing to jam pretty good.
Okay, so there's one troll who has a bongo drum, but the rest of them are eating goblins, okay? So,
definitely human skin bongo drum too.
Yep.
Yes, it is made of human skin, just stretched human skin.
Well, to be fair, if you want to get the right timbre, you have to have good quality material.
And I just gotta say, human skin is not good quality material for drums. Just for the reference, it's way too thin.
Well, it's for their taste in music.
Well,
So
Yeah,
hold
that's true.
up 1 second. It sounds like you've
Culture
spent
bias.
a while thinking about that. But anyway, we'll get back to the game.
Let's not go into that.
Yeah.
Let's say that Jackie knows a lot about drums.
Yeah, that's probably
And
better.
Jackie does not know a lot about skinning humans.
Yes, let's
Yeah, that
say
sounds great. Let's go with that for sure. It's the drums, definitely the drums.
It's the drum.
Okay, so you continue on, and and as you're going, you hear the sounds of goblins chanting, which is unusual. You're going up the river, and you know how running water will carry sounds, and so you hear goblins, and they're going kava mama, kava mama,
These
kava
guys.
mama. But these goblins, you see them, they're actually like on this little sort of island with the river running on both sides, and they're just standing there. They're not in a pen, they're not chained or anything, they're just standing there. And every now and again a troll goes over and just grabs one of them in his fist, and just like bites his head off or something.
I'm picturing like
goblins-
like all of us attacking the Lindor chocolate at the end of just grab one and down it.
Yep. And none of these goblins seem to be doing anything. They're just sitting there chanting about Kava Mama, and the trolls.
Religious mania.
The trolls are just snacking, and it's the strangest thing. But as you venture closer to what appears to be sort of the center of this bridge encampment, there's a bit of a mound of rocks where there's sort of a dry space, and there are trolls that are standing there, and they're just standing, not moving around, not lounging, not eating. They're just standing dead still. And you can tell, even from a distance, even from the smell, trolls smell pretty bad. But these trolls are clearly in much worse shape than the other trolls. Their flesh, which is normally like a mottled combination of gray and blue and purple and green. I mean, just they kind of blend in with this riverscape. These trolls are just a very sickly, mildewy white and gray color, and they have flesh missing in places. Most of them have actually apparently chewed the flesh away from their own mouths, so you can see a bit of a skeletal smile around each one of their faces. And some of them have arms that have been gnawed down to the bone, and they're standing there, and they stink to high hell. And amongst them, right in the middle, there are two figures who are speaking. You can't get a good look at them because the trolls are just these gross, rotted trolls are standing there. So you've come to this place. So far, the other trolls have not sort of raised any kind of hue and cry as to your presence. So what do you want to try and do? Do you want to talk your way in? Do you want to announce your presence? Do you want to try and sneak in, ambush, light a fire? What do you want to do?
Well, we're so good at sneaking and stealth.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
You can split the party, right?
I'm
stealthy
sneaky.
one can go in.
Really, I am sneaky. I'm like rattling with bottles.
I rolled the
rolled
highest,
crap.
and I have
I
an
rolled
into
total
one. I have an into one.
So
So like I don't think that splitting the party is ever a good idea when you're in charge, Brendan. But I double don't think it is with this group of people.
Hey.
No offense. But
Okay.
we're kind of loud.
Does John Normalman know anything about troll culture that maybe we could do like a one-on-one challenge for the
I don't think the trolls give a shit about that. Like, I feel like if you challenge one, they would all just gang up on you, and whoever eats the most wins.
Probably.
I'm thinking we should go and see if they're looking for mercenaries for their army. Like, go and offer our services, because, you know, all those orcs they had just got killed by a bunch of knights. So maybe they need more mercenaries.
Interesting.
Like we could pretend that we could say something along the lines of like helping them with the trolls and stuff too.
Yeah, or like just like organizing the troops and being general. Being a general.
They have to be really stupid because what could possibly be in it for us?
Money?
Do they have money?
They must have something. Where they paid those orcs.
I don't
Could have paid them.
I wasn't here. I never paid the orcs. I don't know.
Maybe we also want to eat lots of goblins.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe
they do look tasty.
You had a face on your face for a while.
Oh yeah,
no,
that's more like jerky at this point.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I have a question. Does the fell have
a few?
I have so many questions, but the only one I'm going to ask at this point is, does the Fel know what kind of magic could be keeping these trolls, or what kind of illness or affliction would do this to a troll, just leaning into that thaumaturgy skill?
Okay, just give me an int roll.
Oh, God, why is it int and not aura? Come on.
Uh,
No, I'll give you an int roll. It'll just be sad.
You know what? My answer will be different depending on whether you roll int or aura. So you pick.
Roll aura.
I'm going to roll aura because my int is 1 and I have 5 aura. So at least if it's bad, I can salvage it.
And you have that +1 for your skill.
I do. So that's 8 aura.
Okay, that's good. This is necromancy. This is but it's not like an expert at necromancy. This isn't like a lich or something. This is like someone who is maybe self-taught. You're
community college necromancy.
Yeah, you know.
YouTube University necromancy.
She was a seamstress, and then she maybe taught herself some black magic.
You know
like
what? That is not easy to upset your entire life and just risk it all to like learn a new skill. Respect.
That's true. Yeah, respect. Respect the learning, although this isn't really learning put to good use. This is some pretty nefarious black magic, and you are definitely sensing the presence of a witch.
Cool.
A lich?
Witch
with a two V's. I think that's how you spell witch, right?
Vivitch.
Yeah.
Got it. Well,
The 5/5 itch.
There's a witch doing
Where?
necromancy. I'm gonna guess in the middle of the circle of dead things.
Yeah, possibly.
But I could be wrong.
There also might be, in case no one else knows, there might be a vampire there as well. We were told that a vampire was going to have the idol. So
yeah, folks, but we've got a secret up our sleeve. We've got our own insight into the Wait, where did Labaria go? Oh, right, damn it!
Can I retroactively say that I bought some steaks while I was back in town?
I'm gonna say no.
Can I have bought the other kind of steaks, like meat?
Can I have bought Sunbeam as a cantrip?
I'm gonna stop right here and say no. I made it plenty obvious that there was gonna be a vampire here.
I mean, to be fair, you didn't make it obvious to me. But
True.
I also don't have any money because I haven't been here. So
That's
what would I
true.
buy things with?
Although, technically I did make it clear to you because you guys are all on the WhatsApp thread where I summarize what's happening.
Reading.
It's basically
Reading.
DoorDash. You have to put your order in online and just hope to God it pans out.
Okay.
So I'm going to give Bo a call,
So-
and Bo is going to show up tired with steaks.
Yeah, he's carrying armloads of really sharp wood. I'm sure he's going to say yes to that.
Okay.
Well, I am a thaumaturge, and I can make holy water, so I could just take a minute to go do that right now.
Hey, make a holy river.
Yes, you can't make the entire river turn into holy water, but
No,
yes,
but
you
if
could
someone
make-
wanted to like fill a bucket or something, anyone
Maybe
have
at a
a...
high level, that would be pretty cool. That would be a pretty cool thing, like in storyline wise.
yeah, to make the whole river holy.
Yeah, I'm not that divine.
Let's take a minute and like each of us take our water skins and holify them.
And I'm also going to
That's
say that
probably a
I
good idea.
probably at some point on the 5-hour walk here healed everybody from the stones. I feel like I could have accomplished that.
Well, I could
But,
do that
I'm
too. I
also
have out of
Yeah.
healing.
Yeah.
What skills do you have
Me?
for healing?
It's just the thaumaturge's ability, so I don't know if they work out of combat.
So you can't use your magic to heal out of combat. So it's the same thing for clerics. It's you only get to tap that cosmic or divine magic when you are when it is needed most. So it's when you're
It's
in
okay.
combat.
I got you covered.
With
if
hand
you
cut,
got the-
hard cut over to this like near rabid looking raccoon guy who pulls some random half rank bandages out of his pack, and he's like starts to unroll them, and he looks at you with this gleam in his eye and like tears it with his mouth and goes to bind your wounds.
With
I
the
have
field
field medicine.
skill. Yeah, and how much do you get to restore?
I get to restore an int plus d6, and I can do this. It takes some time, but I can do it to everybody.
Okay, so give everybody their whatever HP you can.
Well, I
And
can't
just
get
for
less than a
visuals?
6, so
Mhm.
I'll just go around the horn. Yeah, where's everybody's characters' names? I don't see words. Oh, John Normalman, you got 6.
Sweet. Wait, that's the
Um,
least.
Yeah, sorry. And
What do you
Scott,
need?
you get 10. And the
All
Fel,
right.
you also get 10. And for myself, I get 6 as well.
We don't bank any, right? There's no.
No.
No. And just for visuals, this is exactly like Peso from the Octonauts putting on bandages. He goes,
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Just a little cloud, and it's just like a swirl. And the tail.
This is
Over at this house, Octonauts.
Yeah, you can tell which of us have kids that age. Okay. So
I don't know what the Octonauts are, so I guess.
Okay, there you go. All right. So let's
Internet,
forge ahead.
send him a GIF.
So let's forge ahead. Are you going to go with John Normalman's plan to introduce yourselves as mercenaries looking for work? Are you going to go with another plan? Try to eavesdrop? What are you going to do?
What if we did like the mercenary thing? Because obviously we could eavesdrop for a little while, maybe try to gain some shit. Maybe until it gets, again, we don't maybe want to be around them when it's dark. But anyway, then do the plan thing of John Normalman, but maybe like Fel can hang back. I know we're not talking about splitting the party, but maybe it would be good to have one person hang back.
Can you turn your halo into little devil horns? Because that would help us look evil.
I mean, it's like a part of my head.
Yeah.
So that's a maybe.
You're welcome to like draw on it.
Challenge.
Accepted.
No, it's clearly like an ethereal thing. You can't draw.
Yeah,
on it.
it's
You
not-
can't, like,
oh, okay, it's
draw a
not-
smiley face on the halo or what have you.
It is a facet of my being I am unable to alter.
Yes.
How
that-
about-
I was
Well,
just gonna
then-
try like angry eyebrows.
Oh yeah, you could fully draw like angry eyebrows like here. It would be
On
very
you.
Eh. For those
Okay.
who can't
Because
see, we are
the Fel
making
does not
eyebrows
have
with our
eyebrows.
hands.
Oh
Okay.
good.
I mean,
You
now
could
I'm
all-
surprised.
You can all draw
Suspicious.
angry eyebrows or intrigued eyebrows if you wish. If that is the plan, then
I'm parting my hair and having a look.
So yeah, let's.
What about if, or maybe the healer goes in because they're there and she's kind of squishy, and maybe a strong person hangs back.
I'm sorry, you want the holiest person in this group to go talk to the vampire and the necromancer and be like, hey, bros, I
got
think
it.
we
Hey.
should all be together. I have a willpower of 1, an int of 1, and an aura of 5. So I'm probably extremely charming, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
All right, I'm gonna go over to the fell and reach up with a rope, and I'm gonna start binding your hands.
Just thinking the same thing. A little Chewbacca. Disguise.
Okay. Here, you put it on her. On
I
them.
was Chewbacca.
You put him on him. It's true.
Okay.
So we'll tie up the fell as our pet healer.
And maybe
Okay.
the rope should go to Scott.
Sure,
And-
you can put it in my nose ring.
Okay. So I'm thinking of a really easy way I can do some crit damage. But
Just
leaving
once,
that
though.
aside,
But they're not really tied up. That's the ruse.
Oh, I see.
the
Okay.
fell
Slip
is
knot.
it's a oh, and they're out.
It's a slip
And
knot. It's a slip knot. Is that what they call them?
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
don't think it's a slip
I'm gonna
knot.
roll for not tying to
Scott's-
see if it's like
And
at
slip.
all escapable. If I roll low, you can't escape.
and Scott's nose ring is a cheater. Just pops right
Okay.
out.
So the fell, your binds
So
are
it's
at
right.
is it an int or dex for rope dying?
Yeah, that's the
I'm
lower
gonna
of the
say
bow.
int.
Okay, well that's 10. So you can pop out of your ropes whenever you want, the fell. And then the nose ring tie? Yeah, that's what I thought. I had a feeling. I knew that was coming. That's a crit fail.
Crit fail.
It's
Oh, I
really,
see.
really tied to the nose ring.
Oh,
like
it's-
that is
it's-
extremely
Wow.
secure.
It's gonna have to be cut off.
Oh man.
Make
Okay.
sure you let go of your end.
I'll try. You don't want them to knock me over right now because I probably weigh
I mean,
hundreds of pounds.
So far this plan's going great. What next?
Then we just walk in confidently.
Yes.
Okay. So as you walk in, the
Oh, damn.
trolls,
could use another goblin face. Hey, is there any like troll discard and I could grab a goblin head?
There are goblin like remains.
Yeah,
sort
can
of
I try to
strewn,
cobble
mostly
together
the
a new face mask?
bones.
I kept the
You-
mat. It would be really sleazy.
You could if you want.
It's skin
Sure. Sorry, yeah, he skinned a goblin's face and wore it like
It was a
some
fresh
kind
one
of,
though.
like Nick Cage face-off type of thing. Anyway,
That's not what that's not how the face-off works, right? I remember a different movie.
It wasn't just like a loose, like leathery.
No, no.
wedge.
I found a colander that I could tie around my face and then wear it over top of the colander. Would provide some structure.
okay, I'm gonna fast forward through this and say you try to find a usable goblin skull, but you can't find any because they've all been basically eaten. So,
Right.
so you cruise in, and as you walk past these zombie trolls, they just stand there like pillars of decayed flesh, still just looking out with these milky white eyes. And you walk right past them, and you see two figures who are clearly having a lover's spat.
Ooh,
There
perfect.
is, pardon?
I said, ooh, perfect.
There is a short halfling witch who is just, she's like slapping and backhanding the sort of the arms and chest of this very tall, very gaunt, classic looking vampire. He's perfect posture. He's wearing like a black vest that has some like star medallions on it. He's got a cape that's red on the inside. He has white hair that is just slicked back. He has a sort of a classic strong chin, but he has the very long elven ears, and he's kind of looking at her with disdain, but she's slapping him, and she's a witch. She's wearing a lot of purple clothing. She has like knee boots on, and she has one of those classic witch hats that's pointed but bent, and she has vast, huge brown curls of hair, and she's calling him Sid. And she's like, you said this is gonna happen. You said that's gonna happen. And he's just, and he's basically trying to ignore her, but you can tell it's almost like a little bee sting in the side of his eye. He's just like, oh, I can't believe this. And suddenly they take notice of you, and the witch is like, intruders, and she pulls out a wand. And she's like, what are you doing here?
Does it have a star on the end?
No.
No?
Not that classic. It's gnarled wood. It's all like twisted and warped, like it was pulled out of some rotten garden at the end of winter.
Yeah, like John puts his hands up and he's like, sorry for disturbing. We're just a band of the people call us the Cutthroats. I don't know if you've heard of us, but we're looking for work. Thought you might need a couple of staunch guys to understand the way battlefields work. But look, we got the coin, we got the skills.
Yeah.
Easy there, Tex.
Build up our resume.
Roll your persuasion.
Which is a D6.
Yes.
Well,
Can I assist with my
as
go?
I am saying this, I open up my my cape, and you see like gifts that were given to me by the Countessa, and my little autographed picture of the Queen of the Heart of the Guards. And on the other side, it's like a list of good deeds I did recently. That's the one.
Perfect. So the witch, Mabel, says, I don't trust them. Sidolphus, what do you think? And Sidolphus, he doesn't walk towards you. His boots that are just like slightly above the water, they just kind of drift as if on a wind, and he just sort of comes over towards you, and he goes, and this huge smile, he just smells you, and this huge smile comes upon his face, and he goes, I know that smell anyway. It's Lahabria. He haunts me. Oh, it's so nice to know he still follows me after all these years. You must have been in contact with him. Oh, I hope he finds me. I hope he finds me. I want to see him again now that he is a vampire like me.
He wants to see you too. It works out great.
And so I would love to send him a message. Mabel, we haven't done anything fun for a while. Why don't we make a message out of them? And he kind of leans towards her, and without any kind of mesmerism or whatever, they just have this, this romance between them, and they just do the one. It's embarrassing. You're like, ugh. This is a little too much. Look away for a second.
Like, well, I give up at my surprise attack round to give them some privacy.
Yeah,
I
we'll all
don't.
just...
No. You. I wouldn't say that you rolled high enough to get the surprise attack round. So, sorry. So I'm gonna see. Huh? Well, neither of them get their EP, but even still, Sidolphus is like troll spawn, feast upon these mortals, and all of these trolls sort of turn around, these sort of like rotting white trolls, They turn around and they're gonna basically start reaching for you, but they're very slow moving. So
How
there's,
many of them are there?
I'm gonna say there's 4.
Okay.
That seems fair. There's 4. 2, 3, 4. And you have the witch Mabel, and you have the vampire lord Sidolphus. Okay. So I'm going to say that Mabel has a move, and so does Sidolphus. So Mabel is going to use. She's going to use Moonbeam, and that is a crit, but it's not very powerful. It is simply a. Oh wait, it's max damage. So that's going to be 8 damage on Elroy.
Ah!
With her wand, she's basically like, take that! And it's like, Moonbeam. Just remember, beam attacks like that will drop vampires.
It's a good thing, what's his face isn't here.
La Habrea. And the vampire lord, Sidolphus, who is closest?
Probably me.
I say that's right. He is going to try to hit you with a necrotic beam attack, but he's going to miss. He's just fresh from kissing, and he's going to be like, zap. And it's just like, just kind of like shoots out. He's like, that doesn't normally happen. Okay.
Usually lasts longer.
PCs, go. Did you? The turn order that I had written down is John Normalman first, then the Fell, then Elroy the Tanuki, and Scott Cow.
All right.
I put Fell at the end for the healings, but
No,
I'm happy to move
wise.
stuff around.
Seems wise.
So John Normalman, take us away. What are you going to do?
If we kill the witch, will the zombies stop being zombies? Do I know enough about zombies?
You don't.
But
Okay.
I
They're
do,
closing in,
presumably.
Hmm?
I do,
Do your
presumably.
thing. Do your
Well, if
thing.
you want to try to
I start
roll
tugging
your
on the
int,
rope.
then you can.
Would it be int and not aura? Okay.
Yeah, this would be an thing.
Well, that's a 3, so I know nothing.
Maybe you can find out.
All right. John pulls out the shield and rushes the witch with intent to smash her witchy face in. And that's an 8 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that is 9 damage.
Ouch. So you hit her with what's this? The mace?
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically clock her, and she kind of like falls down into the water, and she's cursing, but not actually making curses, just like expletives.
Can I step on her chest and drown her?
No, it's gonna be a little.
No, man, she
don't do
floats.
that.
No, she
Ah,
sinks.
Oh yeah,
forget
that's
which.
right.
Yes.
The witch.
Like
No,
a
she
duck.
Yeah.
Just like very small rocks. Okay, that brings us to Elroy.
All right, I'm gonna see if I got my EP. I do not. So I'm gonna scurry around behind a few people, and I'm gonna pull on the rope, releasing my companions, the Fell, and I think I'm releasing Scott, but really I'm just yanking hard on his nose. And I do it a few times because I'm like,
Come on. Come on.
and then when I say, yeah, each time's just heaving your face around, and then I finally realize that's not working, so I'll just hold the rope with one hand and draw my let's go with a dagger, and I'll just stab the nearest thing that's running towards me.
Zombie trolls.
Oop, that was cocked. Let me try that again. Hey, all right, crit. So that's going to be d6 plus dex Oh no, crit is 10 plus
Max.
dex, so that's 15 damage.
Nice.
I just stab it in the top of one of its foot, trying to pin it to the ground.
Okay.
And then keep tugging on that rope. It's not coming. Both hands down.
Let go of the rope.
Okay, that brings us to Scott Cow.
I'm going to check for my EP here. I did not get it. So how close is Vampire? Is he within reaching distance?
Yeah, I'd say you can reach the vampire. You also have a Claymore of Disruption. It was part of your build at the start, so you're going to get an extra d6 if you're attacking undead things.
Oh, that's
already built into your character block.
So that's already in on the thing there?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, because this is what I was originally going to do before the sword, and the sword's not out yet. We did holy water wine skins before we went in there, we mentioned before.
Yep.
So I am just going to take my wine skin and like mash it right in his mouth.
Okay, so
That's
I'm going to say...
do like a grapple, like grapple the back of his head. And just like...
Yeah. But grapple is an opposed strength roll, so you're going to have to like try to...
Let's do
Okay,
it.
so you're going to have to try to grab him and like kind of try to force feed him this.
Let's oppose strength roll each other.
Okay.
Let's find out if vampires have a lot of strength.
I think they do.
Yeah.
But we just do shit.
Yeah. No, we don't know this. We have to try it first.
Yeah, do shit that comes to our minds.
He crit failed for the second time in a row, so his strength is only 7.
I rolled a 5, and strength is 5, so I rolled a 10.
Oh. Okay, so you've done this too. I'm gonna say that would be like 3d6 damage. So why don't you roll it?
3d6. Come on. Oh, it's not great. 7.
Still, looked cool.
That wineskin
like
still had a bit
headlock
of
him.
wine in it, you know? Like it wasn't like entirely holy water.
Well, I was expecting it. It turned from
drink
water
a
into
little
wine.
bit
That's how
of
holy
wine.
it was.
Okay.
Drink a little bit of wine, you motherfucker. And I just ran.
Okay, the fell.
So let's see. I did not get my EP. Since we're dogpiling on the witch, with the exception of Scott.
Actually, everyone has attacked someone different.
Everyone has attacked someone different, y'all. I think your instinct is right about the witch. I'm not very smart, but I know that she's the center of the undead thing. So I'm going to send my force missiles at her, which automatically hit her. So let me just tell you how much damage they do. They do 9 damage.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty beefy. Like, I had to struggle to hit her, and I got a 9 damage.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about my this is the only cantrip I have, and it does a lot.
Fire.
Okay.
It slices, it dices, makes julienne fries.
Mm-hmm. It's a slap chop, you know?
So, GM round. So, first things first, Mabel, who has just been like pow, 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 she's just taken a bunch of force missiles to the chest. She reaches behind her and she grabs this broom that is basically so twisted and crooked, it almost looks like a lightning bolt. And it's got a bunch of straw just knotted to one end. And she kicks up out of the water and she starts flying. She starts flying on this thing, and as her minor, she's going to quaff a potion. That's right.
I'm gonna
2d4
need
plus
that broom.
9. Great.
Yeah.
So the flight ability for witches is an EP. They have an aura of 4. This is actually if you build a witch class, you can do this. So she is now up on her broom and she's flying out of range. So unless you have ranged attacks, you won't be able to target her. Then Vampire Lord Sidolphus also gets his EP, and he is going to use Charm on D4 targets. Yeah. So
sorry, who?
3 of you. So that's going to be Elroy, and so I want Elroy, roll your attack damage. Like, don't roll to hit, just roll your attack damage.
Ooh, do I get a chance to resist, or does it just go?
Oh yeah, no, you do get a chance to resist. Let's do this. But it's going to be you, and it's going to be the Fell, and it's going to be Scott Cow, and you are resisting with a will check.
Oh God!
You have to roll.
That does not bode well.
You have to roll will 9.
Oh, I cannot. Charmed.
Oh, I got.
I would need a crit to even get close, and max is 7 for me. So I just rolled a 1, so it's a crit fail. So not only do I have legitimately changed sides, I'm like, you know what, guys? It's been
I
fun.
know when we're gonna lose.
It's been
Scott
fun,
Cow,
guys.
Did you make the will save? Because you've actually got pretty high will.
8.
So close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the 3 of you just roll your attack damage, and you're just gonna give it to each other.
Am I rolling like a physical attack or a magic attack? I presume it's just whatever.
This is your force missiles.
Cool. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Somebody's getting a claymore, so
That's 11. That's 11 damage to someone.
Okay, so just to play this out, Vampire Lord Sudolphus is like, as he spits out the holy water, and he's like, look into my eyes. Look.
Can he be able to charm if I just burn the shit out of his mouth with?
No, it's his dashing good looks and his just sort of general, sort of gravitas that charms you. And so whatever damage that Scott is doing is being done to Elroy. Whatever damage Elroy is doing is being done to the Fell, and whatever damage the Fell is doing is being done to Scott. So Scott takes 11 damage.
Okay.
What about Elroy? What kind of damage are you doing?
I guess I would. Do I use EP here?
No,
I just use your knife.
Oh, I'll just use my knife then.
Just stab me.
Yep, just stabbing. Just a little stab. It's with a little stab between friends. That's gonna be 10 damage.
And,
I said a little stab. Come on.
And Scott Cow, what's your claymore damage?
Well, can I say, because I did say before that I did not draw my claymore out yet because I stuffed the wineskin in his mouth, and I specifically said that my claymore wasn't out yet. So can I just punch?
I'm gonna allow it. I would think that even a charmed person would draw their claymore, but I'll allow it for this one round.
Because it was like really quick, he's like, blah, like, combat's really fast. So he's just like charmed, and he turns and he punches.
Okay, so I think your damage, because you are large, I think it's a strength plus D4.
Okay, strength plus D4. I gotta.
Or maybe it's a strength plus D6. No, it's a strength plus D6 because you're large. So your strength is 5, I think.
Yeah.
So your punches do the same as my dagger. Actually, probably
Here it
better.
comes. I'm gonna try my best to pull it. I rolled a 5. So that's
Could have been
10
worse.
damage.
So 10 damage.
No, it's better than my professional brawler damage.
Yeah, true.
Well, I've got.
I thought punches were just like strength.
Yeah, maybe you don't add the extra. You know what?
Yeah.
We'll say it's 5. We'll say that it was just the 5. You rolled 5. Your strength is 5. We'll say it's just the 5.
Sure thing.
Okay. So you just decked the little raccoon, like just smack, and like Elroy falls into the water. He's all like soaking wet.
And then John steps in his chest and drowns him.
Come on now.
Stop drowning people. So the
It's
first
the
troll. That is a 9 to hit Normalman. Is that a hit?
Bing.
Okay, not a
Shield
hit.
comes up a ton.
The next one, that is a crit to hit Normalman.
That's a hit.
6. That's 13 damage. So this zombie basically just comes and with like the sort of the two-fisted Captain Kirk thing just goes like boom on your back.
Yeah.
Wait.
Let's say.
I have a sound for that. Where is it? Okay, I'll stop.
Okay. Another zombie troll is going to come up to the fell, and this one is actually holding a big river rock for no reason.
Why is it always the rocks?
And it doesn't throw the rock. It just kind of like pushes the rock really hard into you. And I also crit,
did it
so
just
that's another 13
Did it
damage.
just Saving Private Ryan knife execute you with a rock?
It did not, because you know what? I may not have willpower, intellect, or strength, but I do have con.
Okay.
So I am still alive. Only just, but still alive.
And on Scott Cow, this next zombie is doing an 8 to hit.
He gets me.
He gets you.
Guy
Oh
here.
man! So I double fumbled on the damage, so you're only taking 7 damage. So I'm gonna say that he's got like a piece of like driftwood or something that he finds in the water, and he like hits you with it, but the driftwood is already broken, like 2/3 of the way through, so it just kind of like breaks off your shoulder. So not
It's
a lot
all
of
like
damage.
Ponky.
You fucker.
Okay, and that takes us to the top of the round with John Normalman. You've got basically 2 zombies like right next to you. Vampire Lord Sidolphus is kind of like hovering around just above the water. So he's, you could target him, but Mabel the Witch is airborne. Like she's almost right beneath that sort of crumbled bridge.
Okay. Yeah, so
Can't cross water, right? Can't cross running water.
This one can.
He's standing in a river, my friend. We were
He's
all
not crossing.
standing in a river.
They lied to me about vampires.
I know.
You're there like tossing rice.
It was fucking
You're supposed to count it.
so yeah, John stows the shield and the mace, slips on his brass knuckles, which he spent time carving crosses into, and rushes what's his face? Whose name? Sidolphus. With some like big old like kidney puncturing punches. I would say like, the first punch is gonna go like into his like right tooth, and that's crit.
That is a hit.
That is that is 11 damage.
Oof.
And the second one is a 10 to hit.
That is a hit.
And that's 10 damage. And that was to the other tooth on the other side. So just clack, clack, trying to like do a
Break
little
the teeth.
John
dentistry.
Everman's dentistry practice.
Normalman.
John Normalman. My God.
All right.
Come on down
It's-
to Normalman Dentistry.
We'll make you normal, man.
It's actually true.
Elroy.
All right, let's see if I get a crit or an EP. I mean,
All right.
I finally get some. Oh boy. You know what? I want that broom. Boom! As I try to shoot the witch, because I got range
Broomstick.
with my boomstick.
This is
pretty
my
good.
boomstick.
So I will roll and see how I do. If I believe I can target flying creatures, specific crits. Yeah. All right.
So it's
So-
11 to hit.
No,
That-
it's you. So a firearm is treated in the same way as a spell. So you don't sort of auto hit when you roll a 6.
Yeah.
It's a resistance
Oh,
roll. So
okay. It's
I have to roll dexterity to try to
right.
avoid it. What is the
so 11
what was it?
total.
Oh, I can't beat that. Wait, maybe I can. No, I can't. So how much damage?
That's going to be
That will be
hold on,
right-
a D8 as well. So it is. Oh no, D8 would be max, right? Or do
no,
I roll the D8
just
for the
your-
crit?
Yeah, just roll it.
Okay, so it's going to be 15 plus 5 is 20.
Whoa.
Did you take her out?
Describe it.
Yes. Excellent.
Give me that broom.
And she just has no head now. The hat, like,
Got some
all
Martini
filled with
Gunny
holes.
Brown.
and she just slips off the broom.
So I'm gonna say that the broom kind of like spiral falls down and sort of splooshes on the water, and
I go
her
running
witchy
for the
hat
broom.
that's full of holes kind of like slowly falls like a leaf going back and forth, but her body just goes kaploosh into the river, and immediately as a minor, one of the zombie trolls just starts eating it like.
Nice. I was hoping that would happen.
I was hoping it wouldn't because it might restore their hit points.
Well, it certainly answers your question as to whether or not, if you kill the witch, did the zombies suddenly become dead again? I mean, they're still dead, but they haven't been destroyed. And Vampire Lord Sidolphus is like, Mabel, no! I mean, he's not that...
Was that the
He's
all
not that
5
choked up.
stages of grief in like one breath?
Yeah, he missed bargaining. He's like, I wish I could. No. Anyway, so Vampire Lord Sidolphus is not too choked up, but Mabel has been removed from the picture without getting a chance to banish you guys at all.
So sorry.
Yeah, I know. I'm really choked up about that. Okay, that brings us to Scott Coe. Scott, what are you doing? You got 4
Gotta get
zombie
the
trolls.
I
Pardon?
gotta get EP. Okay, I got my EP, so I'm gonna get in the middle of the crowd of zombies.
Okay.
So it's like, all right, ding dong, the witch is dead. And he jumps in the middle, and I guess I will take out my claymore now and take a swing at one.
Good
So
call.
it is D6 plus 5 to hit,
Uh-huh.
and I rolled a 1. So I
Fumble.
just spun in a circle, like with like a mighty swing that's just like, whoa, the ground is like stony and full of rocks and stuff like you were describing before, so he just kind of loses his fucking footing on the rocks.
No, it's because
Sorry.
I have
Oh.
the rope tied to me.
And now it's
We're not
twisted
mountaineering
around
anymore.
a couple times. So-
Devin, you're back.
Yes.
Mabel the Witch was
I do
destroyed.
have
No.
Yeah, with like a
Oh,
really
yeah.
good firearms attack.
Nice.
So do I just declare that my rage is on now, sort of thing?
Your rage was on for that round, so yeah, you can say that your rage is on because now you're going to resist any damage that's coming at
Right.
you for
And I'm
this.
basically like in the middle of the gang, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Try to.
I will keep that in mind for when the zombies start doing their targeting at the end of the round. The Fell.
Oh, I did get my EP. Thank unnamed deity who is currently supporting me.
The Cosmos.
The
Thank the
Cosmos.
updates.
Thank you to the firmament who sent me here today to kill something in particular, but not any of these particular things.
As far as you know.
As far as I know, I haven't felt the urge.
What are you looking at me for?
So I am going to heal. Hang on, I need a D4 to figure out how many of us I'm going to heal. Physical dice. My God. That's a D8. I would love to heal a D8's worth of us. There's a D4. I'm going to heal 2 of us, so one of them is going to be me. Which one of you folks is most messed up?
Probably about to take a bunch of hits.
I think I've got about 19 damage done to me, or 17 damage done to me.
I think I'm about the same.
How many hit points do you have left? Sorry. 20. Sorry?
34.
34. Okay. And
Elroy?
I mean, I always look like I'm screwed up a little bit. Patches of fur and like, scruff and like just a mess. I'm about half hit points.
okay.
So, heal Elroy.
Cool. I'll do that. In that case, you and I are both going to be healed for a D10 plus 2 plus your will. Plus my aura. Hang on. So let me roll that. So that's 10 plus 5 plus 2 plus your will. So
Damn.
Good.
0 will.
17 plus the person who is receiving the healing. So not my will, but your will. And
Really?
that's what it says here in the rules.
I mean, dude,
plus the
you
target's
made
will.
That's cool.
That's only
Oh
if
no
you're
no!
reviving
Oh,
them.
that's if I'm reviving them, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So you don't get to add your will to it.
Okay.
Oh, so it's a D6. Sorry, I have to roll that again. Oh, that's considerably less good.
Went from a 10
You're gonna
to
roll a 1, so I'm fully healed.
Anyways, it's a 2 plus 6 plus your level, so plus 6. So 12 plus 2 plus 2, so 12 plus 4. 16.
Nice.
16.
It's only one worse.
Bad.
God, doing mental math.
Well, that was
You're good at it.
No.
That was solid.
No.
That was great.
Just because it wasn't,
Hey,
just because it was right doesn't mean it wasn't hard.
Yeah,
Sure.
the internal experience of doing that like sent me back to a time
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you
when I
you
had
faked
the
it
most
well.
egregious bangs you can possibly imagine.
okay, so
bangs.
one zombie troll. Okay. One zombie troll is attacking, and I'm using my D4 to sort of random attack, is attacking the Scott cow, and he's going to try to take a big bite out of you. So he's using his devour ability. So you're going to have to roll strength 8 to resist this.
Will do. I got an 8 right on the button.
Ooh, tie goes to PC. So you're basically holding him away, and you just his moldering teeth are just like snap, 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 close to you. The next zombie troll is going to try the same thing, and he is targeting also Scott Cow.
Yep.
This time, you only have to roll a strength of 6
All
to
right.
resist this.
I did it. I got a 10.
So they're two like snap, 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 and their breath is really terrible.
No. I'm adding my con, so that's actually 14, and the last one was actually another 4 on top of that, so it was because I'm in my rage.
Oof. Okay. The next zombie troll is going to try to do the same thing to Elroy. So he kind of sees these two trolls trying to take a bite out of the really tasty-looking beefy minotaur, and then he's like, "Oh, roadkill raccoon, eh?" He's not actually thinking any of this. They're zombies. So he sort of plucks you up out of the water, and you're gonna have to roll a strength 10 to resist this.
I'm so glad I healed you just now. That's gonna make this more entertaining.
How about I roll a crit fail, bringing me to a total of 3?
Yes.
Okay,
I could resist
so
this.
You're gonna lose 14 HP worth of like skin.
You know what?
And
I'm going the other
muscle
way.
tissue.
I'm trying to climb in.
All of my beautiful work undone in one
fell chomp.
swift moment.
Yeah, you might as well do that. Like, if he's trying to bite you, you might as well try to make him choke.
Just choke on it.
Yeah, like when you're fighting a bear.
Just tickle the uvula in the back.
Yeah. And trolls have 2 uvulae.
And he's undead. I can probably climb out through a space in his ribcage.
And while you're seeing this awful like crunching, slurping, like just like eating a burrito happening to your friend, another troll does like the pinwheel arm punch and hits the fell. This is a crit, by the way, so this is just 12 damage. He just comes out of nowhere, just like, yeah.
Oh, my beautiful work. My beautiful work.
And let's see what Vampire Lord Sidolphus does. Oh, he doesn't get his EP. What a dick. Okay. So he is going to try to hit. I mean, I guess he's closest to Normalman. So he basically just pulls out this really hideous looking vampire sword. You know, there's no straight lines in this thing. It's all sort of like wavy, and the hilt is just incredibly ornate, just like unnecessarily ornate. It's got all kinds of like snakes of gold just sort of like wrapped around it and everything like that. And he rolls an 11 to hit.
That's a hit.
Well, damage. Just.
I'm down to 9.
Which brings us to the top. He's sort of like as an afterthought. He's like, "That's for Mabel."
Who?
Yeah. It's like, I mean,
The headless wanderer over there.
it was Mabel. I'm pretty sure it was Mabel. Okay.
That's for Mabel, I guess. Whatever.
You know, when you're however old, you live for centuries. Names go first.
I'm going to RP this as he's basically fighting with Normalman. So he's sort of like, it's like mace against sword. It's kind of like and as they're sort of trading sort of steel on steel, Sidolphus is like, I needed her because I needed to kill a witch's twin. It was one of the omens for the prophecy. I didn't realize she'd be into it, but anyway, so so he nails that one hit, and that brings us to the top of the round with Normalman. So there's a good sort of segue.
EP.
Line.
That's the sound of math. Complete math experience. For only $19.99.
That's not the sound of math.
Okay, so Normalman just kind of like ducks and grabs Sidolphus by the cape and just like yanks it with an elbow out. So it's like bang, like into like the back, like the back of his neck, trying to get that like kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a wrestling move. And that is a counter strength 11.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I rolled a 10.
And that's 17 damage.
Oh.
Ooh, that's like a stunner.
I bet he's stunned.
Ring that bell.
And
Yes.
for my minor, I am drinking a health potion. So it's bam, pop,
Glug, 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 glug.
and I toss the bottle at it.
Okay, Elroy.
All right, let's see if I get some
Oh,
EP.
Sidolphus is
Ooh, I do.
bloodied, so to speak. He doesn't have blood, but you get what I mean.
I was gonna do something else, but I just love the idea of this. Like, I'm crawling down the throat of this zombie ogre, and all of a sudden you just see this flash from inside and like puff of smoke as I just use the blunderbuss to just blast my way out through his throat.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's sick.
I was gonna do something else, but that's just too fun. So I have
It
to
is.
roll.
I'm going to give you an auto hit with this.
Nice. I'm gonna see if I get a auto hit, or I can't crit with this, so I'll just roll the damage then. There we go.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 16 points of damage from the inside.
From the inside.
Okay. That zombie troll, is already dead, but that zombie troll's head is like not really that connected to its body at this point, right?
Nice.
It's like
You can
it's
see
not-
me
it's-
through the
it's-
hole.
It's kind of precipitously balanced. It's almost like it's most of the weight is being supported because it's like on one shoulder, and then the spinal cord is just kind of like keeping it attached.
Nice.
So
Is there a
that
hole that
zombie
I
troll
can
is-
see out of?
No, you shoot, and there's like a huge explosion of like rotted flesh and fire that just kind of blows out one side, and you fall out the other side. So you've
Okay.
fallen back into the water. You're covered in undead troll blood, and drool. So okay.
You know what smells worse than wet tanuki?
Undead troll doused wet tanuki.
Ugh.
Scott Cow.
Well, as far as we left him, he was fending off two of these troll people. They were like kind of at him.
Yep, that's right.
So I'm going to like do the move and sort of use their own momentum. So I kind of have one in one hand and one in the other. So I'm just going to kind of crouch down and try to pull them together face to face.
Kissy kissy.
I'm gonna try to like. Is there like some like holes in their jaws and stuff like that where I can sort of?
Oh yeah.
Fingers in,
Like no flesh
Good
beneath,
grip.
so you could probably just like reach up.
and it'll be like
a puppet.
just like I'll just kind of like drop down to one knee and just kind of try to smash their faces together. But I'm gonna see if I get an EP first again, so I can do the rage thing again, and I did. So I will have a rage, and I will do damage, and I will add some damage to hits with my smash their face together type move. So I guess will this count as a grapple attack again?
Now I'm just gonna make you roll a regular attack, and I'm gonna divide the damage by 2 if you hit with both.
So just a strength?
Nope, just roll your strength plus d6.
Okay, yeah. So 8.
8 is just a hit for both of them. And what is your damage when you've got rage on?
It is plus 8.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're adding my strength to it, it's 5 or whatever else the damage is.
Yeah, so it's 3d6 plus
Whoa.
5 plus 8. So it's 13 plus 3d6.
Good.
Which is... Ooh, I rolled
God.
pretty good. 6, 11, 14.
So 14, that's was your roll on 3d6?
Yep, plus 8.
Plus 5 plus 8 divided by 2. Don't worry, I will pull this up for us.
So,
God, there's so much math,
you
man.
guys really let me have
No,
math
there's not.
to make some...
Yeah, okay, so that's 14 damage on each of them.
Nice.
Holy shit.
I
so
think
it's
we
just
call
like-
that wrestling move the kissy kissy.
One of those like, oh, kind of...
Okay.
Move it.
Hey.
So that brings us to the Fell.
I
I could
did
go for another feel. Oh, never mind.
another heal? Yeah, me too. Me too. Alas, the spirit is not moving me in this moment of our need. But the force missiles do continue to move. So I am going to hit something. How bad? How bad does the vampire look?
He's about half HP. You've got one zombie troll that's like barely holding on, and you've got two other zombie trolls that are almost bloodied, and then you've got one zombie troll that's like unscathed.
That's a lot of zombie trolls to soak each round.
Thin it out a little.
Yeah, I think given that so far it's all been zombie damage and friend damage. God help me if he gets his EP though. Yeah, I'll just attack the zombie that's almost dead. So that's 10 damage.
Almost. So it's like there's actually like 10 individual force missiles, and they all just kind of like spin and weave toward it, and just like
They're like force pins.
yeah. So that zombie troll is like, it's not quite dead, as in.
Oh, sorry, it's 11 damage. Oh no,
Oh.
it's 10. Sorry, I'm confused. It's 10.
This
That's okay.
roller coaster.
I'm sorry, everybody. It probably has like a singular hit point left. Somebody go sneeze on it.
Okay. So, top of the round, Vampire Lord Sudolphus has rolled his EP.
Fuck.
We had a good fight, folks.
No
he's,
amount of me hitting him with force missiles would have prevented that.
That's true.
I just want to state for the record before we all kill each other.
I got a bad feeling about this.
So the good news is that he's not using his charm attack. The bad news is he is going to try to drink Elroy.
Like a juice box.
So that's a 7 to hit. Is that a hit?
That
or
is
no?
a miss.
So he's like, and he tries to
Because
like,
I'm
grab
playing
his teeth
dead.
in.
I look like a dead raccoon, and he reaches down to grab me, and I scurry real fast.
Yeah. And you're like, Anyway, so that was a total waste of an EP for him. You should not do that anymore. Okay, so 4 zombie trolls. Let's take a look here. No EP, yes EP, no EP, yes EP. So the first one, who is quite wounded, he is trying to attack Scott Cow with a 7 to hit. Is that a hit?
What's he doing? What's he doing?
He's just trying to basically
Trying to punch me?
he has a weapon. I'll say that he has grabbed like the skeleton of another troll and is trying to like hit you with it.
What was the number?
7.
7 to hit.
Can we
is a
also
tie.
say that undead skeleton of the undead skeleton troll is just moving a little bit?
Yeah, it's almost like when Bowser uses a chomp to try to hit somebody. You know those things. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a cannonball that's chomping, and he kind of swings it on a chain, and it's trying to chomp.
So my rage is going still from the last round?
No, you have to re-roll it.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, you did roll rage, right?
I rolled rage last round. So
Yeah, because you do the head smash. Yeah, so you still got rage.
So I'm still on my like defensive part of it.
Yeah, it's a tie though, so it goes to PC. So
Okay.
you basically just, I'm gonna say you just backhand this skeleton, and it just like falls all over the place.
With the other skeleton, I just backhand him with one of the ones that I'm holding.
Yep.
Does it make like a tinkling sound, like a xylophone?
Only if you hit their rib cages together.
Oh,
Dance number at the end to like the skeleton bone dance, you know.
The next zombie is gonna,
yeah, that's the one.
the next troll is gonna try and take a bite out of Normalman. That is a 9 strength.
That's a crit fail for me.
Oh shit.
Ah, my beautiful skin!
So that is 14 damage to you, and 0 HP regained for the zombie troll because this one is full.
Please call back later. This troll is
Okay.
full.
This next attack is again on the fell. That is a crit, so that is going to be
Every time, it's like there hasn't been an opportunity. I put all that extra point into my def, and it doesn't matter.
Moral of the story: don't
13
try.
damage.
Okay.
And this troll, I'm gonna say, actually does have a weapon. It's like just a big meat cleaver, right? Like it's square. It's like 8.5 by 12 size.
It's really just
with
a
like
sign.
little handle.
A sharp edge.
It's just like just boom, like right through the sort of ethereal wing and into the back, like hack.
I'm so full of dents.
And the last troll is rolling Devour, and we'll see on who, within a D4 for auto-targeting. It is also going to be on Scott Coe.
Is it a
So
grapple?
give me a strength roll of 8.
Is a bite a grapple?
No, it's not. Gotta give me a strength roll. of 8.
Take horn damage.
I know. It would have been a horn damage.
I have 7 defense, so
No,
plus
strength.
plus my will.
No.
You're rolling
it's
strength.
It's a strength.
It's my con. Sorry.
No, strength.
Strength. Oh yeah, strength. Sorry. Oh, I crit failed on that one.
Oh,
You got 5, right? Your D so
That's
D6
six.
plus
6
5.
total.
And what did I say I rolled? Oh,
8.
yeah,
You
8.
said
Okay.
6.
So
Definitely
I'm
said
gonna have to
6.
play back the tape.
Yeah, 100%.
no,
It was a
that
6.
is that's 14 damage, and this troll is feeling fine. He's like, beefy. It's like Bovril. He's like,
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm the tastiest.
all
I
right.
mean, you are a
From my
cow.
tenderloin. And keep your eyes off my shanks.
Okay, top of the PC round, John Normalman.
How's the count doing? Is he down for the?
He's just a lord. He's not a count.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's at about half his HP.
You're engaged in mortal combat with him.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I am focusing my fighting prowess, and I look over to the fell and I say, "Heal me." And then I proceed to slap the crap out of Sedacious or Sedelphus or whoever. First one is a 10, 12 to hit.
That is a hit. I take it you're using your fighter metal here, okay? Otherwise, your math is wrong.
With it's 11 damage, and the other one is a crit, so another 11 damage.
Whoa, you just dished out 22 damage.
Pow, spow.
And then I spit at him.
That's an attack roll.
So, as you're doing this much damage, basically you see as he kind of spins around, his cape lifts, and sort of right in his side, almost like holstered like a 6-shooter, there is this idol, and this thing just seems to be just sucking the light out of everything around it, and it has this it basically just looks like a ball on a stick, and the ball is clearly woven out of like goblin hair or something, and stitched onto it is a smile, like a white smile that is just a zigzag. It just goes up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And as you're looking at it, you can almost see that smile. It's almost like you can see the teeth grinding. like you can see this, it's grinding its teeth as it's sitting there. You know that this is an inanimate object, but at the same time, there's, even for you, like a fighter, you have no magical training whatsoever. This thing just radiates evil, and it is right there at his side. And that is very clearly the idol of Kava. Okay.
I will point. It's the idol! Nobody touch it, but get it!
Okay. And so that takes us to Elroy.
Yeah, let's see. No EP that time. I had to multi-class. All right, I will. I've still got that guy just barely hanging on next to me, so I will use my dagger and just stab him. I'm just gonna open him up and just kind of jump as high as I can, bury the blade, and use my weight to just split him open if I can.
Like Captain Bligh.
Yeah, 9 to hit.
This is the zombie that was trying to eat you, right?
Yeah, the one that I shot my way out of.
Oh yeah. That's a hit.
Okay, 9 to hit, and that would be a dex plus d6, so that'll be max damage. So that's going to be 11 damage.
Okay, describe it. And, and just so you know, it's like the spine is like just barely connecting the head.
So it's absolutely huge it's big for a like human-sized creature, but I'm very small. So I spin around 3 times, my raccoon tail kind of spinning behind me, and then I coil down and then boing, jump up to try to get the height, and I managed to get the dagger like underhand attack into just below the sternum, and then I just ride that all the way back down, and just the sluice just comes like I am awash in this. It's just it's everywhere, and I'm just like
I feel like I should be doing poison damage to you or something at this point.
I mean, I'll take it.
Okay, I'll allow it. Okay. Scott Cow,
It's
you're
got
up.
in my mouth.
All right, I'm checking for my AP. Got it again.
Oh, nice.
So I get a 4 to 6. So I'm like really in the
Yeah, you've been enraged this whole encounter.
I have those 2 guys in my hand still, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to I'm going to use my damage again and my rage again to just smash their faces together again. And
You don't want to focus fire on one?
2 of them. What's that?
You don't want to focus fire on one?
No, it's just like, it's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
He's like, hey, this worked. Let's just keep doing this.
Like in a rage, he's just like doing Scott Cow stuff. So this is is this an opposing strength check?
No, I'm treating this as a regular attack because you're not a wrestler. You don't have, or you're not a brawler. Rather, you're not that class. So I'm just treating this like an attack, and I'm just giving it his ribbons. So what's the attack?
I rolled the crit.
Nice.
So that would be 11. Or sorry, I guess 11 total if it's with strength, right?
No, if you rolled a crit, you're
not a
doing max damage. So you've got 3d6 plus strength of 5.
Yes.
So that's 5. Plus you've got your rage bonus, so that's 8. So that's 13. And so roll d6 twice.
Roll D6
Jesus.
Oh, I got 2 1s.
Nice.
Okay, so that's 8 plus 13 divided by 2.
So 21 by 2, so like 10 each.
Yeah, I'll say 10 each. I rounded up for the last one, so we'll give you 10 each. So, ouch. Okay.
He's just like, first time, bam, bam, and they're like, as much as zombies could look like, more sort of blank-faced and dumb.
Wow,
Yeah.
that hamburger bites you.
I hope their teeth are gone so that they're gumming it if they're trying to bite us by now.
Okay, the fell.
Could you imagine
Well,
how
let's
frustrating that would be?
Find out if I roll some EP here. I do not. It's important for everyone to know that I have 4 hit points. So that was really Not ideal for me.
Hmm.
I also don't have any stuff. So if there's anyone who looks particularly miserable, I am going to fill them full of magic. Painful magic.
Particularly miserable. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
you could
painful.
try
Why are
to
you
hit-
looking at me?
You could try to hit Vampire Lord Sidolphus. He's a little worse for wear. You've also got 2 trolls who have been like their heads have been used as coconuts a couple of times, and you've got 1 zombie troll who, despite all odds, is completely unscathed. I'm gonna call him the gentleman zombie troll.
Still wearing like half a suit.
I
Got a
think
little top hat.
May
Since-
I hit you, sir?
since I have an auto hit, I guess I'll go for the vampire. Why not?
Yeah.
So that is 10 damage.
Come on, come on.
So
Oh, it's an auto hit. It's gonna hit him either way.
yeah, no. So so this is what happens, and I wish you guys could see the math here, but this is fantastic. You shoot those magic, those force missiles, and they all spin towards him, and he's gonna try to dodge them the way Keanu would dodge bullets in like the Matrix, and he's like and he's gonna try to dodge them, but he is not able to. And one of the force missiles actually knocks the idol right out of his belt, and the idol goes flying in the air towards the water. Is anybody going to try and catch it?
No.
John is gonna try to catch it in his cloak.
Okay. Give me a dex roll.
Yeah. That's a
Probably-
1.
Oh,
Can
You rolled a 1?
That's a 2.
I attempt
why
to
were
back-
you doing the deck save?
Because no one else was doing it.
I mean,
Okay,
I would
so-
take an
Can I attempt to bat
Ichor-coded
out of the air
dive.
with the zombie?
Are you gonna? So,
The zombie?
pardon?
Can I try to bat it out of the air with the zombie as it's like floating over?
No. I'm gonna say that's too hard. Zombies are too heavy. And you
Even for me, a Highland
Could I like desperately try to tail bat it?
I think either one of you could try to like do a volleyball dive to get it. like,
I'm the most
grab
dexterous
it?
one here, aren't I?
No, I think
Yeah.
I might be.
But you blasted it, so I don't think.
Oh,
that,
yeah, I can't
just
do anything.
visually, like you couldn't blast it away from you and then also dive. And
Yeah, no, yeah, I
I'm gonna try to
Stop.
dive, and I've got a thing. I got an ace up the sleeve. I have my shield, so I'm gonna use. Actually, you know what? It's more fun to say that I've got the crook of my slingshot on one side, blunderbuss on the other, so it's like the hilt of it. I'm trying to catch it in the Y of the
Like a
slingshot.
lacrosse.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like lacrosse.
I'm gonna need to see a dex roll for you to do this.
That was the sound effect of the force blast, knocking it out. And now, oh, not quite a crit. I rolled a 5, and my dex is 5, so it brings it to 10.
I'm gonna say you managed to do that.
Yeah.
And so this thing spins through the air. You catch it in the crook of your
Or
sling.
at least flick it up. Even if I don't catch it, just like bounce it.
And the minute you do that, Sidolphus is like, "Gah!" and I did roll my EP, turns into a bat and flies straight up and gets on top of like straight up and over the bridge. So he's now on top of the bridge. And the zombie trolls, they basically they look at each other, shrug, and then they crumble just into the water, like they're just
And
they're
the
completely
gentleman
rotten.
troll tips his hat.
Yeah, little tip of the hat, tickety boo, and then he falls down into the
Ooh.
water. So, not only were you able to defeat the witch Mabel, who I thought was going to be much more difficult, and also rid the world of these disgusting?
She brought a broom to a gunfight.
This is true, but you managed to get the idol from Vampire Lord Sidolphus. And just so you know, he had 1 HP left.
Oh,
he is a level 12 vampire, and he had 1 HP left.
Wow.
Could you imagine the tragedy of Bo and Bo's character if we had like killed?
So who's gonna tell
I feel like I
him?
would have GM'd something to make sure.
Yeah,
he'd still
you would
get
have
lots of
smoothed it
armor.
out, but like that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like
But the
so
fact that I didn't have to, like,
we could have just not
Beautiful.
told them we killed them, just
Yeah.
to like keep things going.
yeah, we're
and
like so
he'd listen to the stream and he'd be like, "Hey, killed Sidolphus already."
No, live to fight another day.
And none of you actually touched the idol, so you weren't completely corrupted by its influence.
I mean, I was ready.
magnificent.
I was ready.
Does
All right.
anybody have any tongues we could pick it up with?
he's got it. He's kind of like holding it there.
Let's put
Anyways,
it-
you
put it up
you
in-
can feel the thing just grinding its teeth, just like it's so angry.
Smoke.
And as you start to leave, all of the well-fed trolls kind of look up, and they start to get up, and they kind of move towards you, and one of them is like, "You give goblins to us?"
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, all
There's
you
a
can
whole
eat
bunch of
buffet,
Avatar.
just that way.
Let's go.
And they go, they're like, "Okay."
These
Well,
ones are going to be a little spicier. They're not just going to stand there and let you eat them. They're going to put up a little bit of a fight, make it a little more fun.
These trolls like this. They're like cracking their knuckles. One of them is like picking his teeth, and like the tooth comes out, and he like throws it over his shoulder. And they're like, And so like the trolls start doing like a hi ho type of walk. Well, they don't sing, but anyways, they start lumbering as trolls do through the water in the river towards Aventail. They're not going to really be able to like defeat the Goblin Legion, but you're definitely giving some support there by having, like maybe 90 trolls just like eating goblins like hand over hand. And there you go. So we ended a little bit early tonight. You defeated the bad guys, but now you need to decide what you want to do with this idol, because you can take it back to the castle so that it can be destroyed, which is what you said you were going to do. Or you could take it back to the wizard Kemet in his floating tower, because he says that if you can give it to him, he can reverse the spell that is slowly killing the Tree of Wands. That might be a thing to do. It is up to you.
Or we could just destroy it ourselves.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
will destroy it yourselves.
Does look tasty.
Can someone remind me what the like stages of the prophecy were? Like,
So
Buddy
this is
said-
the problem. The stages, you don't know which order they're in, because they were
Okay.
written on tablets by Norns who existed just so, even in the time before time. And they're giants, and they do things that are inexplicable.
And they
They're
dropped
mist
them, and the
giants.
order got all mixed up.
you didn't
Sure,
you
I
didn't
knew you
page
was right.
number your tablets? This is weird. Why
But
why
you
would
know
you
that
make
there
sequential
are-
tablets without page numbers?
You know from Kemet, because if Jackie were here, she would have surely asked Kemet. You guys didn't. You know that there are several different omens.
Well, that's where
one
the
of
fell
which-
had been for a while. They were just picking his brain.
That makes total sense. So let me make sure that I get them all. And to do so, you'll have to bear with me as I refer to my notes.
My God.
Not just all up in your noodle.
A witch's twin is burned.
Okay,
When you
check.
first showed up in Aventail, you learned that a witch's twin had been burned. Actually, I think you learned it from the smuggler Finnick on the way over. Another one is a golden scarab flies over Avondale. You don't know anything about that. The Umber River runs black as ink. That's already happened. The cathedral bell in the Basilica of St. Winifred strikes 13 times. That happened. That hobgoblin made sure it happened. The heroes who can defeat Kava fall, and Kava smiles from the sky. That was assumed to be the last of the omens. And you fell from the sky, and so Kemet thinks you must be the heroes who can defeat Kava. Kava also smiled from the sky on that occasion. The shooting stars and meteors formed that zigzag in the sky. The Vesper Hills crown a king. You have no idea what that means. And the last one is the Tree of Wands dies. The last one in this order.
So option A, we can give the idol to Kemet and hope that he's legit and not trying to
Kind of like
us.
a ring power thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
should be destroyed.
Does the Fel have any sense of whether or not, presumably they had a brief moment speaking to this wizard later, whether or not he's full of shit, since they are also extremely magical?
I'm going to allow you to roll aura on this one.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
But I'm not going to allow you to roll aura to try and figure out which of the advisors is the demonic presence.
Yeah, no, I figured I would just have to punch them all until one of them died from my punch.
Well, I suppose that's one possibility.
I mean,
I need you to
did
all line
try
up.
that.
And I'm going to punch you. No, but you see, I have a special, like, listen, if it turns
Yeah, I
out that
know.
this particular demon is the one that I want to get rid of, that is going to be one hell of a punch.
Could
Which
be.
is true. I did slap the Gorgon, though, just to, like, warm her up a little for you.
Great. I am so glad to hear that this team's capacity for politics hasn't suffered in my absence.
Team
Okay,
slap.
so what's your aura roll?
Team
My
slap
aura-
it.
My aura roll is 11.
Oh, okay. You have a very good feeling that that Kemet is on the side of good,
Okay.
right?
Then
Like you were in his wizard tower, and all around you were like books and spells and foci and enchanted things, reagents, everything, and none of it was evil magic. Like it was all like good magic.
Yeah, I was
Even the
just
one
thinking that
that's
if I was the game master, I would make this guy betray us. So
well,
But I can't do that because you guys always assume I'm gonna do the thing.
it's
where like,
more of a
"Ah."
double cross when it turns out that we were killing innocent people the whole time, Devin.
The whole
time.
time.
Yeah, Devin, making us into like mass murderers. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna suggest that we take the idol to the tower and maybe save the tree,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
since
It's evil. It should.
On my way through, I'm just gonna grab like an old goblin scalp and just rip it off. And we're like, yeah, but this can be the proof that we destroyed it. And I'll hand it
Okay.
to I'll hand it to Elroy to carry.
Okay. So you
And
guys
we'll
will
wrap up
head...
the thing in like some torn fabric that we find and like wrap up the idol safe and hide it.
He's a cloak.
Okay.
He's got like
So-
vampire cloak.
Oh, we can
Oh,
hang
yeah,
it
the
from your
vampire
nose clip.
Ow.
As the sun sets, you head off in the direction of one of the tall hills of the Vesper Hills to try and reach that rope ladder that you will take all the way up to the tower, the floating tower of Kemet. And
wait, you
that's
mean
it
the
for tonight.
Vesper Hills where they crown a king?
Yeah, the Vesper Hills crown a king.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
We'll take,
Looking forward to checking that one off. So at some point in the future.
Maybe. Okay.
It might also, maybe it's already done.
That's true.
And
We
if
could
not,
show up. They could
I
already
mean,
have a monarchy.
I could be king.
Uh-huh.
some type of salon on the way that I can go and get like my hair brushed out, my beard brushed out, and braided and oiled. And have
Using a
lavender.
rib cage comb.
He's not a smelly cow, okay? He takes care of that stuff.
Yeah, you're a smelly bull.
Smells like lavender.
Good.
Not from down here, buddy. I'm like kneecap high.
You're, get around to the front end.
That's where the flower smell is.
All right, so
I actually think Elroy would probably smell quite a bit himself.
Oh, yeah, I'm
so
awful.
Be like,
Hold on one second. Helen's here. Just a second. Just a second.
Well, that's this pot calling the kettle black.
indeed. Well, thanks very much. That was a fun game. I honestly thought we were going to die.
I still only have 4 hit points.
Oh right,
Aw.
here
I
can
got
do-
down to 8 twice.
Actually, we stop at the side of the road, and I pull out those dirty ass bandages, and I'm like, I got you, and I start bandaging you up, and you get 10 hit points back
Great.
with
I
field
never
medicine.
should have used Life Drinker. Life Drinker is really a weak ability.
Is
I
it
guess
all
you
or
get
nothing?
HP back. Yeah, I mean, if you miss, you just don't get anything.
Ah.
If you hit, yeah, you get some HP back.
Yeah, that
but, like,
saved my ass right there. Like him
Charm
missing me was like,
way better.
that would've
I
been
mean,
a different game.
Charm worked really effectively because we all min-maxed our characters, and so none of us are capable of resisting anything.
Yeah, it's like
my
of the
raccoon is
4 of
built
us,
for character.
half of us have 1 will. The other half have more will.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true.
Will.
We
All right.
built ourselves for our characters, but it turns out our characters are deeply imbalanced.
Hey,
Just like real life.
that represents.
Hey.
Anyway,
All right. Well, thanks
All
very much
right.
for playing. I'm going to sign us off, and we can hang out and chat if you want. But I'm going to sign us off and let the internet go, do what the internet will. Thanks very much for watching and listening, and we'll be back again. We're SideQuest Live. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe, and tell a friend. You know, like spread the word. And thanks very much, and thanks again to all the players, and especially to Brendan for running the game. So we'll see you next time, and have yourself a great evening. Cheers.
they dating game kiss.
Oh yeah, and what was that wrestling move again? It was the kissy kissy.
Is that the name of the episode?
Maybe kissy. I mean, there was a lot of
No,
kissing.
it's now kiss, you know? Now kiss. This is-
Kissy kissy become kiss.
Those
Anyway.
trolls were kissing.
It's Moochie Roochie.
kiss, kiss, bang, bang.
Kiss kiss.
Hey, it's so nice to
bang,
see you
bang.
again, man.